Well, I'm just in time.
Yeah. Well, actually, I had people here at 7:15, and it's like,
Really?
I wasn't even like dressed. You be quiet.
So what is up, everybody? It is Wick here, and as you may have heard, that lady said she was woke up about 2 hours early. Someone knocking on the door, and she let them go through and look at everything. And she said she's glad she did because he bought a bunch of stuff. She said that somebody bought $1,000 worth of video games. I wasn't clear if that was him or somebody else, or that was another sale she had. GameCube, Xbox games. Someone spent $1,000 on video games. It was probably good stuff. I don't know. It's very disheartening, right, to start your morning like this. When you hear that, you think you're the first one at the sale. There's no competition around, and you find out someone's going around knocking on people's doors 2 hours earlier than what the sale's supposed to start. I find that very rude. And, you know, how are you going to really compete against that unless you're coming out 2.5 hours earlier and knocking on people's doors? Something I'm not going to do. It's just not worth disrupting people's lives just to try to get a deal. Very disrespectful, in my opinion. We get to another sale, though. We got some more disappointment. We got this Panasonic recorder, which was a great unit. The lady would not sell it to me unless I bought the entertainment center and that big, like 40-inch tube TV back here. She said it's all together for $200. I said, you know what? I can't do that. I tried to get her. I said, I'll give you $25 right now for it. Still, no, just wouldn't sell it to me. And you saw there, I also picked up a vintage cassette recorder. Not recorder, but just a cassette player, headphones, Panasonic or Toshiba. I don't even remember now. That was worth picking up. But here at the next sale, I ended up grabbing that bread maker there. Got it for $3. I'll sell it for parts. Not a great unit by any means, but I'll make a little bit of money. Got some Lego there, just loose, $2 for the tub. I also grabbed that. I'm curious if that one guy that showed up early at the other sale showed up early to this one. It looked like they were just setting up when I got here, so yeah, when they're just setting up, I don't think it's rude to walk up and ask if you can look at the stuff. But when you're knocking on someone's door 2 hours early, it's pretty rude. So we are at this sale now, and I think this is a sale where it was advertised as a eBay seller selling their eBay store. None of this stuff really looks like it's worth selling on eBay. And of course, I can walk by something. But yeah, not anything great here for me that I saw that was worth picking up to sell. Clothing, pretty basic stuff. Nothing really vintage that I saw. Some shoes. There were some Sperry shoes, but you know Sperry's aren't great movers unless they're brand new with tags and they're priced right. Even then, they can kind of be long tail. There's just so many people trying to sell Sperry's. You can find them everywhere, every thrift store, usually every garage sale. But the next day, I go out, I hit some more yard sales, and there's this little like flea market happening in a parking lot. So I'm pretty excited to go through this. They're setting up. It was raining earlier. Rain went away, so everyone's setting up now, and I'm looking, not finding a whole lot though. The one thing I wanted was a guy carrying a Wii and some stuff and putting it in his van. He had already bought it, so yeah, I missed out on that. Could have been just a couple minutes earlier, maybe I would have got it. DVDs, I did end up picking up a chess set here, one of the Excalibur chess sets, so I didn't go home completely empty-handed. What else do we got at this little flea market? I guess that was it for the flea market. I went to another sale that he said he was going to set up 2 or 3 hours later because of the rain, and he had some collectible stuff, but I asked him about video games, and he's like, a light bulb went off in his head, and he said, just a minute, I'm going to go run inside and get something, and I thought it was going to be great.
I just remembered I had this stuff.
Oh yeah, the PC games.
Yeah.
I was looking more for, like the old cartridge-based Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
Yeah. I never had any of that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well, worth a shot. I appreciate you looking.
Yeah, somebody might be interested.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was just a NASCAR PC game and a Tiger Woods PC game. Even though there's a Tiger Woods PC game that is worth some decent money, I forget the name of it, some sort of tournament edition I've sold for $50, $60 before. Not that one, though, so we go on, we hit another sale, and unfortunately, again, we're just not finding anything. A lot of these sales, it's the time of year in Ohio when sales are very thin. All the community sales are done, where you're hitting 30, 40 sales every morning. So yeah, drive around quite a bit just to hit the few sales that are existing, and a lot of times you don't find stuff. Now this sale ended up doing pretty well. We got some fillet knives here, and I saw some of them were made in Finland. They had a name, and I'm like, all right, these are worth picking up at $1, so I grabbed those. There's some others there not worth picking up. I did leave those behind, and we got a vintage, well, I guess it is vintage. It's an older Norelco razor. So I thought about buying this, and then I was inspecting it. A lot of rattling happening inside, like something was broken. It wasn't that great of a model or anything like that, so we just left it. Got a knife here. Again, nothing really worth picking up to resell. Compass for a boat, I believe. Again, the name, it felt really cheap, plasticky. I couldn't really find any comps worth picking up. There is a little, what is that? Some sort of pressure thing, gas part. I don't know, plumbing very well. But I looked up the model and the name. It looked like it was worth picking up for $5. So I did grab that. You got some shirts here. I was checking to see if there's anything vintage. I did find a lot of baseball gloves. They were in a bag, and they had like a quilt or something over them. I just happened to look in that bag, assuming it was probably quilts. And there's a bunch of baseball gloves underneath. So I got those, and those would be some pretty good profit. Of course, you'll see that stuff in the haul. Everything I pick up today in the haul. But we're at Goodwill now, looking around. I see this $1.99 GameCube memory card. It's an off-brand one, Mad Catz, but still, I'm thinking in my head that's worth between $20 and $40 sealed. And when I went to pay for it, the lady's like, "Oh, you found another one." And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Well, somebody bought 50 of these yesterday." And I said, "What? Oh my goodness." So, yeah, apparently there's like 50 of these on the shelf. Insane, really. At first I was really depressed because I thought these things might be worth $40, $50 a piece. But yeah, it turns out they're not worth a whole lot. I guess since they're not official GameCube, they just don't hold value like the official GameCube memory cards. Still worth picking up at $1.99 though. And there's some bubble wrap. There's a roll of bubble wrap. I didn't even notice that. I bet that was a good deal. I actually just bought a bunch of bubble wrap from American Bubble Boy. People were recommending them to me. And yeah, I'm impressed. They are my new bubble wrap supplier. Amazing prices. Shipping was fast, and the bubble wrap's really high quality. So if you need a bubble wrap supplier, check out American Bubble Boy. I have a link in the description for him. At the very least, compare the prices from what you're paying now. You'll probably be surprised. And I just paid like $70 at Home Depot for the 24-inch big bubble wrap. And it's $42 there for 2 rolls. So that's crazy. Saves you like, what, 20 some bucks? Very nice. But yeah, we're still looking in this Goodwill. And we got some Rescue Heroes. I've picked up quite a few of those recently. I'm doing a lot. I just decided to leave those. I think they were priced a bit high. Over here, though, I find some discarded VHS tapes. Look like Poison, Def Leppard. Not worth a whole lot. Probably why someone looked them up and left them there. But I still think I can make some decent profit on them. And since they're, kind of unique, I wanted to pick them up anyway, being $1 a piece. So I grabbed them. And right here, we got some helmets. And I might have passed up some good stuff here. These helmets, $20, United States Marine Corps. Very cool looking. I couldn't find any comps on these. And, helmets are kind of risky to sell because if they've been in an accident or they've been hit, they kind of lose their, I don't know what you would call it, certification, protection, whatever it is. I have sold helmets before, made a lot of money on them, but I ended up leaving those. Probably a mistake. Got some stuff in this thrift store, though. That right there, do you know what that is? It's worth over $100 just sitting on the shelf. Kind of shocked when I looked it up. Honestly, I thought it was going to be worth 20 or 30. Yeah, worth over $100. We got some board games I'm looking through here, trying to find any good games. Games are 50 cents here. Gives you some opportunity to buy games just for the pieces even, because you're only paying 50 cents. Even if you can make $10, $15 on a game, all of a sudden it becomes worth it, You don't have to pay $5 for a game like you would at Goodwill. You can sell it for $15 and still make a good profit by only paying 50 cents. But we go to the next church thrift store, and they got some Halloween stuff out. So we're looking for that vintage Halloween stuff. I just put out a video, I think it was the last one, where I talk about some amazing Halloween bolos. So check that out if you didn't see it. A lot of good stuff to be found to sell, Halloween stuff. Looking at the costumes here. Trying to find one of those ghost scream mask vintage ones that sell for over $1,000. In my Halloween video, some people were talking about how they sold some for $800. Another person mentioned they sold theirs for over $1,000. So yeah, definitely something to look out for if you didn't know about those. And I didn't see anything worth picking up in the Halloween area, I guess. This thrift store has stuff upstairs, toys, and the room we were just in. So the toys here, you know, this stuff doesn't move very quick. They don't put a lot of stuff out. So I'm not expecting to really see anything new. But we're going to look anyway because that's what we have to do. We've got Desperate Housewives sealed, brand new. Never seen this here before. Not worth picking up. Kind of weird to see in a church thrift store a game like that. Yeah, I looked up the comps. I think it sells $8 new on Amazon. So if you want the game, you know, it's not that much. Got that Wizards Wanting game, it's still there. Books, children's books, value tale books, good. I mention all the time, but you know what? I'm not seeing anything different, but we got to look. Gotta be careful not to miss anything because one little toy can be worth $100. Just sold a Hot Wheels toy for over $200. I got it at Goodwill for $3.99. Let's jump into what I got today. Let's start with some of the garage sale finds. Back here, I got all these baseball gloves. I was getting ready to leave a yard sale, and there's this big bag. Had some, I think, a quilt or something on it, and I just started digging in it a little bit, and under that quilt was a bunch of baseball gloves. Some of these are in great condition. Others are a little bit worn. One's from the 70s, so it's to be expected. But these prices vary. One of them was, some of them were selling for $50, $60. The only difference is, I think it was this one that had a player's name in the glove. It's a different player name. Same glove model, so I don't know if I'll get that much or not, but minimum, I'm thinking $25, $30 a piece on these. I paid $5 a piece for them. I think in the end, I make $100 profit on these gloves. I went ahead and grabbed this Breadman bread maker for $3, mostly because I can make money on the parts inside, the pan and the paddle in there. It's very clean. This is one of the bread makers that isn't worth selling by itself. You know, it only sells for like $30 plus shipping, and I'll make just as much money selling the parts. I should make $20 profit at least selling those parts. Some bread makers though are great. There's a Panasonic model I just picked up recently, I think for $5. It sells for over $100 all the time on eBay. I also picked up this tub of Legos that was $2. I figured why not? I'll just pour it in with the rest of my loose Legos. There's a little parking lot flea market going on. Unfortunately, all I really found there was this Excalibur Kingmaker 2 chessboard for $5. The pieces are right there. But yeah, this thing sells for about $30 or so on eBay, I believe. You might be able to get more on Amazon. I've sold these in the past multiple times, so for $5 in this good a condition, I went ahead and grabbed it. This was a really cool pickup. This Toshiba cassette player. Vintage. It's actually in pretty good condition for the age. It's kind of rare. If it works, it's going to be some pretty good money. It's got the case. It seems like when I looked at the comps, around $60. However, if you can see in there, there's this cassette thing in there. And what that is, it's a Toshiba attachment that you put in, and you can listen to the radio, and that's actually, you know, very rare. So I already forget the comps. Maybe it was 60 with that. But either way, for $5, it's going to be a good pickup. Also has the headphones, which is a great addition. I probably already mentioned, but the lady had a nice Panasonic DVD player I wanted, and she wouldn't sell it separate. She wanted to sell it with the entertainment center, with the like 45-inch tube TV for $200. I told her it would cost more to recycle that TV. I didn't want any of that cheap stuff. I didn't say cheap stuff, but you know, I told her I couldn't use any of that and try to get her to sell it separate. She wouldn't. Saw these knives and I just went ahead and grabbed them because I figured they'd be worth picking up just because they're made in Finland and they got the name J. Martini. I'm probably butchering that one. But you see there Rapala, which is a great fishing name. I don't know, maybe he started that. I don't know much about that, but they're fillet knives and they're in pretty good condition. They got the name on there. They were only $1. I saw one sell for $100 was almost identical to mine. I don't know why that one did, because the others look like they were selling between $25, $50 max for the older ones. I'll probably try to get $25 a piece on them. But at that yard sale, I also picked up this coil hose pneumatics. I don't know what it is exactly. I just looked it up real quick. It's $5. I didn't see any comps for this exact thing, but I think it's just Frankenstein together. But one of those glass tubes sold for $20. I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and grab it for that. I know some of this stuff's pretty valuable. I think the middle part here was selling for about $45 new. So, I don't know what this is going to bring. It's just kind of I'll buy it and try it out. I'm probably just going to sell the whole thing together, probably price it like $40 plus shipping and see if it moves. So at the church thrift store for 50 cents, I picked up this Nikon camera, and I believe that was selling for about $25, $30. Goodwill we got for $1.99, this GameCube. It's a Mad Cat, it's not the official brand. Memory cube, and I thought this was going to be worth more. I didn't even look it up. I just said I'm buying it. If nothing else, it's something I just put in the video game collection, save it for a GameCube or something. But it seemed like it was selling for like 15 bucks. I picked up this Xbox One Jumanji game. You can see it's from Europe because of the PEGI down there. That's the European rating system. It's selling for about, I think, $30, $35 in the United Kingdom. I don't know what it's doing over here in the States exactly, but it's brand new sealed. It was $2.99. I'm going to try to flip it, but either way, just a sealed video game. I just went and grabbed it. Now, this thing is an incredible pickup, and I thought it was going to be pretty good because some of this stuff can be, but some of it sometimes it's not. You just look it up and it's like, oh, 15 bucks. $4 is what I paid for it. Water Bob, I guess it turns your tub into a drinking storage unit. 100 gallons of fresh drinking water. I looked it up. I was pretty shocked. It was selling well over $100 brand new. So for $4, that's an incredible pickup. Below it, I was leaving Salvation Army, and the guy just came out right in front of me and had this in his hand, and he said, "You interested?" I said, "Sure, I'll take it." I've mentioned this. I've found it like 3 times this year, this unit. It's not a great unit to sell, but every time I see it, it looks exactly like the DVD recorder version, which sells for $300 plus. This one is not on Amazon, so I have to sell on eBay. Still has the remote. I paid $14.99 for it. Hopefully it works. I cannot return it to Salvation Army. But if it does work, I'll be able to sell it for about $60 plus shipping with the remote on eBay. Still a good flip. Also in Salvation Army, I picked up this Lego Dimensions sealed set. This was $1.99. I actually think it might have been half off. I've been getting so much good stuff half off at Salvation Army because they just put out new stuff, like every color is half off on certain days. It used to be every color but the new color. So just a lot of opportunity there right now. So yeah, I paid $1 for this. Probably, I think, it seems like when I went to pay for it, came from Amazon there. Box is beat up, but you know what? This was selling for about $45 new on eBay. Box condition, maybe I'll price it about $40. Just a great find. Same with this. I think I might have paid $1.50 for this. This might have been half off. Worst case scenario game on selling it on Amazon. It's brand new sealed. Outburst Bible Edition, a great find at Goodwill. This was sealed. This is selling for, well, about $75 FBA. Merchants are coming in at about $40. So more realistically, probably about $60 is what I'll sell that for on Amazon. And then right below it, we got the Game of Categories Bible Edition. And that's not on Amazon, and it doesn't sell great on eBay. I think I'll be able to sell this for about $20 plus shipping on eBay. So I paid $2.99 for that one, $1.99 for this one. I don't know why they priced it like that, but going to be some good profits in that stack of board games. Oh, what do we got? I guess I picked up these Nike golf shoes only because they were 50 cents at the thrift store. They're in good condition. They just need a bit of a wipe down. But yeah, I was probably able to sell these for about $20 plus shipping, I think. Even if I price them 15 plus shipping, only paying 50 cents is pretty good profit. I picked up these VHS cassette tapes. One of them sealed, looked like it was selling for like $12, $14. I'm going to start buying more rare sealed VHS when I see them because a lot of that stuff's going up in value. Just kind of hold on to it for a while. They don't take a whole lot of space. See where the prices go on this stuff. I picked up some Def Leppard and Poison concert VHS. Not selling great for big money or anything, but I can probably lot all 3 of these together and, still make about $12, $15 profit in the end. Only paying $1 a piece for them. And then to finish up right here, I picked up these Twilight book collection. It sells for over $80 new. $5.99 is what I paid for it, and this is just crazy to me because Goodwill has raised their book prices. Every book, even paperbacks, are $3 now. So I'm really shocked they didn't price this up, only charging $5.99 for it. Especially since Salvation Army had this same exact set, and I think they had it priced $40. That was a couple weeks ago. But yeah, this thing sells for about $30 on eBay, media mail shipping. So for $6, I went and grabbed it. I did an unclaimed mail opening video, if you caught that. I got a paperback Twilight book in that. I wasn't thrilled about finding it, but you know what? If I can buy the whole set like this for $6 with the cover and make some money, I'll do it. And then finally, right below it, this was half off. I paid $2.50 for it. It's a nice North Face sweater. It fits me. You know what? I'm not going to leave it there. There it is, everybody. That's the haul for today. I really want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button before you go. Make sure you're subscribed. It takes just a second to hit that subscribe button. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, flipping_junk. This has been Wick. Till next time.